Welcome everyone to our first impressions, part 2 for Kill It with Fire 2, which is still currently in early access at the time of this recording. Be sure to check out part 1 if you'd like to see more. And again, huge, big, massive spider shout out to Casey Donaldland for gifting everyone at Video Game Book Club with the Steam keys. He's the developer of the game. He checked out our original episode, and that's how we ended up getting here. So again, we appreciate it, Casey. Awesome work on the game. Can't wait to see what the end product looks like. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in and listening to our feedback as well. Anyways, I'm Tubby Mora, and today I am joined by Mr. McMahon Meat, Lady Bun Buns, Tailman Oot, and for the first time ever, making his VGBC debut, Fenty. Say hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
All right, let's get started here. The order of presenting will be Fenty, Mr. McMahon Meat, Lady Bun Buns, Tailman, and then Oot. So not enough messing around. Let's jump into this. First impressions, Kill It with Fire 2, Early Access Part 2. Let's go. Question 1. What is one thing you like about the game in its early access state, and why? Take it away, Fenty.
I did like how it gave you so much freedom right off the bat, along with the mini games to do while you're still trying to complete the level.
Mm-hmm.
It kept you busy and entertained while trying to finish everything.
Okay.
And
Yep.
then next.
Okay. One thing I liked about the game, is that it seems like the Casey,
Yeah.
he addressed my issue from the first game, so I'm pleased with that. For those that aren't aware from the first recording of the Kill It with Fire 1,
Mm-hmm.
my main issue was ammo economy. Because the game would give you so many different ways to kill the spiders, with firearms being one of them.
Had fun.
And my issue was, you're using firearms to shoot at spiders that are just skittering across the screen, and like I'm no like top Call of Duty player, Valorant player, whatever. My aim isn't the best, and so it was a huge deterrent for me.
Mm-hmm.
to use guns in the game. And so like in the first game I stuck to the frying pan. Now in Kill It with Fire 2, there are so many ways that you can get ammo. Like I think just like using like the frying pan, for example, will give you bullet ammo as an upgrade for killing spiders with it. And there's just so many ways to find ammo across the levels and from killing spiders that I actually did find myself using the firearms. So the firearms was great. And then there was also in the first game I also mentioned that it would be nice to have some form of infinite ammo on a ranged weapon. And that was addressed in the form of the power washer.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
it did have some range limitations to it, but there was unlimited ammo with it, which I did find myself using quite a bit over the melee weapons. So that was great. I'm really pleased with that. And that's all from me.
Yeah,
What do you
dude.
got, Buns?
Honestly, like when I saw those upgrade trees, and then a lot of them had like the ability to drop more ammo for every spider kill, I was like, Meat's gonna jump on this. I know
Yeah.
for a fact he would.
Oh, dude! When I saw those upgrades, I was like, "Oh, Casey!
Oh, thank God,
Oh,
man!
Casey, thank you."
He listened to me.
Oh, God.
I was so pleased with that. So very pleased.
Oh
Yeah.
man! All right, okay, very good, very good. And then, yeah, what about you, Buns?
I played Killed It with Fire on the side. I actually did not join that recording, but I dabbled with it offline, and I had a lot of fun, but it was very lonely. But anyways, so with this second game, the one thing that I loved about it was the side quests. There was so much to do. And when you thought it was over, there was more. And you every turn of the corner, you realize that there's a statue you got to go touch, or you got to go find a green or a gold shiny item within the rubble of everything that your team had burned down. And it, there were some that required a lot of brain power. Actually, I was surprised. You really had to think about it. Um,
Mhm.
so those side quests were challenging, but they were a lot of fun. And it wasn't just a few side quests. There was so much. There's so much to do, and I really appreciate it. I love the fact that it went beyond the concept of just here's a weapon, kill a spider.
Mm-hmm.
Like it wasn't just about crushing spiders, you know. It had a team aspect to that, and I'll go over that later. So next.
thing I liked is they added co-op to this game.
Dude, that's what I said.
Facts.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
said the
dude,
same.
I wasn't here on the
Huge.
first thing, so
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
uh,
But go off, go on.
yeah. See, because I was playing the game, the first one, I was like, man, can you imagine how chaotic it would be if they had like multiplayer in these kind of games, where everyone's just
Mm.
trying to kill the same spider and like throwing crap everywhere, like throwing bombs and swords and shurikens and whatnot for like one spider.
Mm-hmm.
And then sure enough, the when I saw the trailer for Kill It with Fire 2 had co-op, I'm like, all right, let's see how this goes. So I definitely did enjoy the fact that they finally managed to include a co-op, because I feel like this is definitely like a perfect co-op game.
Yes.
It
Oh,
has like all the
yes.
elements to it for sure. Single player is fun, on the first game, but like it just had everything going for it to make it at least a multiplayer game. And sure enough, when they did, I was like, yes, this is it. And sure enough, the way they implemented it was more than perfect, because I'll assure you, no map was ever clean or untouched after a mission. It would be a surprise to see if it was still recognizable after after our little trip there. So, especially like the
Mhm.
city, for example, and he wasn't even there anymore. So, but yeah, I genuinely love the co-op implementation of this game in number 2. So
Oh
that's one of
yeah,
my biggest ups with this game. So
it was
yeah.
huge.
Biggest selling
hmm
point, honestly.
I think it is, but I'm happy they included it, because it's definitely gonna be a fun co-op game for sure. So next.
Okay. And for me, what I really enjoyed was the potion like secret aspect about it. Just going around in each map, looking for what the recipe would be, and even like some of the worlds they had requirements in order to like figure out what the ingredient should be. When
Right.
like it was fun. It was fun, especially in like at the I just call it the IKEA level.
Mm-hmm.
That was fun.
Yep.
Actually trying to figure that out. And unfortunately, we never got to finish the last one, but we did find it. With little spoilers,
Yeah,
it's
go for it. Go
outside
for
the
it.
main. It's outside the main ship in the captain's quarters. You just, I was just looking
Uh,
outside and I saw like a little, what was it, the whiteboard just
Whiteboard.
spinning
Yeah.
around.
Whiteboard.
dude, I couldn't
I just
believe
saw
that
it.
you found that when Meat told
You
me. I
had
was
the
like,
scope to
how
see
did you
it.
search? Did you like just stumble on it?
He was just bored.
You're just bored, staring out the
He was
window.
looking, he was
Yeah,
looking out the window.
that was the
Thinking about
end
life.
of the like our play session too. We were like, okay, we're gonna call it, and I was just like looking outside the window because I'm be honest, every time I saw a window, I threw shit at it.
Uh huh.
I
Yeah.
was like, what the hell's that? And then I just like, zoomed in and I saw like writing. I was like, oh,
Dude,
It's
massive find. That's
insane. It's
crazy.
insane. Yeah. That they put that there in the first place.
Oh yeah.
Like, it's crazy. So cool though.
but yeah, but that was my favorite scene.
Okay.
You can go next.
All right. Let's move on to question 2. What is one thing you did not like about the game in its early access state, and why?
Mm, mm.
The only thing I didn't like so far was when you would open the weapon menu, you wouldn't be able to pick from it. It would glitch. I did
Oh,
Oh,
find
did
a
it?
way. I did find a way around it where you could throw it into your hotbar and use it, but you would have to keep swapping it every chance you got if you want to use a different weapon.
Mm.
That's the only thing I found that I didn't like.
Yeah. I'm glad you really mentioned that because we didn't talk about that in the first part of this episode, but One thing that we noticed too that they could have added is for anyone who's played Ratchet and Clank or pretty much any Insomniac game, like the weapon wheel would be nice, and just be able to kind of like a hotkey to move between the different sets of weapons. Like let's say you have your 1 through 9 key, then you press another button, it'll show you your next 1 through 9, you know? Cuz
Mhm.
like I said, there's a lot of weapons in this game. It's just it's unfortunate they have to manually select each one. It'd just be nice to be able to switch quickly between the weapons.
And
So
it's just bad when you're trying to swap to a weapon when you run out of ammo and you can't because you're trying to use a different weapon.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, same thing for me. The one thing that I didn't like was that, I mean, I thought it was great, that there were you have so many weapons and items to choose from, and I love that about the game. There's so many different things that you can do
Mhm.
with that, but for me, my issue was navigating through those items. So I mean, like, think of it in a pinch. You're trying to shoot a spider or something, and you need to swap weapons really quick. Yeah, you can assign them to a hotbar, but if you had something specific in mind that wasn't in your hotbar, that would require you to open your menu and then find it within the menu, and then equip it, and that would take up a lot of precious time in some scenarios, and so that was a bit of an issue for me in some parts of the game.
Mhm.
So, like you had mentioned, Tubby, I think implementing a weapon wheel would be uh the game could really benefit from something like that with the amount of options that there are. Now the weapon wheel I had in mind was something similar to, if you guys have played Fallout 4, Fallout 76.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So you can assign them to hotkeys within your weapon wheel. Now, the weapon wheel could have like maybe 8 items on it, and then you could scroll through a next page that would also have hotkeys assigned to that page as well. Something like that would be great, allowing you to access items a lot quicker, and I think it would be easier to find things that way.
Mhm.
Really just being able to customize, where these items are, so you know exactly where to find them or what buttons to press in order to access them. But other than that, um, that's about it. What about you, Buns?
I don't know how big of a deal this might be for others, but for someone like me where motion sickness or sensitivity is a big issue for me, we found out right off the bat. Anytime I start a new game, I always try to set the sensitivity to a lower number. And I was surprised that setting the mouse sensitivity to 0, it felt the same. It was still,
Really?
yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah, it was
setting it
fast.
set it all the way
Oh,
to 0 and it was still pretty fast. And um I had to hold my stomach in for a few times because there's just a lot going on. There's a lot of audio going on, and then you have trying to slow your mouse movement so that you don't trigger, a moment of nausea. That Yeah. So for me, that's the one thing I did not like about the game is you could not set the mouse sensitivity appropriately. So
okay. That's a
next.
good one.
Uh, I think the tutorial could have used a little bit more work. Instead of just reading a screen, I would have liked if they told me what to do. I mean, I could read the screens, but it just doesn't.
Mhm.
It just feels, maybe it's a placeholder, or maybe that is the final decision. But like, I felt like it could have been better if there was like at least some sort of, I don't know, voice. I mean, they already have voice actors in the game, so I wish they could have at least gave a voice to
Oh, you're
to
right.
the
Good one. Good
artificial
one.
intelligence.
Oh, okay.
At least
Yeah.
give it a voice if you're gonna have me read a screen. If not, then I feel like I'm just reading a book. Um, so I mean, I can do it, but it won't be as fun.
You mean like the
So
computer terminals, right?
yeah, the computer terminals, those like when you first start the game, I didn't even know what the heck am I supposed to do for a bit, and then
Oh yeah, me too.
it told you. I realized it said I don't know what the screen said, but press something. I'm like, oh, and then you go up to it, and it's like, oh, okay, so that's what you gotta do. Okay. I mean, luckily, I already remember some of the controls from when I first played the first game, so I wasn't too lost in the dark. But I can imagine someone who's never even touched the first game could be like, "What the heck is all this? You know, what's the MO or all that?" So I already knew my way around the whole idea of the game. So I wasn't too fussed with finding the computer's tutorial. But someone who's never touched any of the other games, or in this case the first one, would be probably lost more than I would be, and they'd be like, "What the heck?" so
Hmm.
so the house part was fine. It was the ship part that was like, okay, what's all this stuff? You know,
Yeah, it
you're
was a
gonna
little
add all these.
overwhelming.
Yeah, at least
Yeah.
I added some sort of, like I said, at least a voice or something,
Mm-hmm.
or like showcase, you know, what the heck some of the elements do or something. I mean, you'll see it, but like it'll be nice if you can actually if they go more in depth of like what they would do instead of just assuming or finding out. Oh, you get a certain amount of this, and then the door opens or something. But just a minor gripe, really, was one thing I didn't like. So
Yeah, and I
yeah.
mean, if you listen to those audio logs, especially like the ones in the city, like they have
hmm
some really talented voice
Dude, the
acting.
voice acting.
Yeah, no, some of the voice acting is really good. So I'm like, why can't they have given the AI the
Yeah,
on the ship
the
some
ship
voice too?
AI would work well, especially like reading that initial contract that you sign would be
Yeah, that
hilarious.
would be that's like a setup for like a funny thing. Like, you just skipped it, okay. Well, you actually read the whole thing. Wow, that could have been a setup for a joke there or something. I don't know. So it's just one of my little things I noticed. Like, I wish they could have given some voice acting to the uh, to the ship's AI, because when I saw there's voice actors on the credits, I'm like, oh, so where's the voice actor? And then I found, okay, they're only on the cassettes. Okay, that's fair, but yeah, that's just the one thing I didn't like is just the AI had like nothing for it. It's just a screen and text. So
Hmm.
It's understandable.
Mhm.
yeah, but yeah, that's it. That's all I could think of. Next.
Okay, and for me, it's not that I didn't like it. I just hope they add more in the future. Is the levels? The levels are fun and unique. I really love the city level. The city level is fun.
That was
Basically
everyone's
acting like
favorite,
a
right?
just acting like a giant monster.
Especially when you get the laser breath.
Oh,
It's so chaotic.
Bunzilla!
you know what's
Bunzilla.
funny? I never even saw the laser breath. We did the achievement for it, but I never saw it.
Oh,
What?
Oh no,
ah, dude,
you're missing
it's
The,
so
out.
much fun. Yeah, you're missing
yeah,
out.
yeah. So the achievement was when we did the reactor, throwing the barrels in there, we would get like a laser breath like Godzilla. We never saw it or played with it, but we had that
Oh,
option.
I
Oh my
didn't even know
god.
that's a thing.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
really?
I had
Oh,
I was looking
I'll
at a
play it a minute.
video just to figure that out. I was like, what? And I'm like, damn. But
Damn.
for the levels themselves, they're very fun. They're very unique, and after you complete them or just go back to do achievements, it feels like there's nothing like there's really nothing bringing you back there. So I hope that in the full release of the game, there will be like a time trial option, or even what would be cool is like a community, like a community creative option where the community can either like add challenges to the maps or even create their own maps for other
that'd be
players to
cool.
use.
Ooh.
I like that
Yeah,
idea.
that'd be nice.
Oh, that's
Like
awesome, dude.
community made maps. Yeah.
Yeah,
Take
yeah,
notes,
having
take
that option.
notes.
Yeah, take that.
Write that down. Write that
But I
down.
think, but I think having that option, it will really bring like the maps themselves, like the dev created maps, more life, and then have a community just doing that, just extend the life of the game. I think
Oh,
that'd be
how
really
cool would
cool.
that be? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's it.
so Bajerwin couldn't make it here, and I just realized she actually did submit answers. I'm gonna read a couple of them out here. So one thing that she liked about the game in early access, she said number one, I can break at toilets. Enough said. Number two, the spider universe is vast, wacky, and intriguing. I want to know how they live in each world. The newspaper updates were a nice touch, which is actually really crazy with the again, the second level, how they actually made a full on pretty much story about it.
Yeah.
So I think
Yeah.
Majoran
Insane.
enjoyed that aspect of it. And then number 3, Godzilla Beam Go Burr.
Oh my gosh, I'm curious
God,
about
we
that now.
really missed it.
Mhm.
Yeah, we missed
I'm,
it.
I'm trying
I
to
gotta play it
like
again.
I'm trying to scrub it in the footage, but I think the moment we spawn in, we just use all the resources for the
Yeah.
Godzilla breath.
Oh.
The
It's-
laser breath.
It's somewhere in here, but I cannot find it for the life of me.
Try scrolling to before we on the second playthrough.
No, this is the second playthrough right here.
Oh, it is okay.
It's
We
just
were
with,
doing it in the IKEA room.
yeah. Oh, were we?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool.
saw a glimpse of it.
Oh, yeah, is that what I just saw?
IKEA
Mhm.
room. Was it here? I think it's over here. Anyways,
I think that
hopefully it plays.
Yeah.
Let's see. The second set of things that Bajoran said, the 3 things she did not like, just real quick. Number 1, actually bugged. There were a lot of bugs in the game. I'd fix it by finishing
Yeah.
the game and then releasing it. What does that even mean? Oh, I think she's talking about the items.
How
Like the
should we
unlocks?
fix it?
Yeah. Oh, there's a laser beam, by the
Oh.
way.
Is that what it is? Oh my god, is that unlimited? No.
No,
there's
there's ammo to it.
That's
But you need
insane.
special ammo, I think, for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
amazing.
that looks
So that was the laser beam
Yeah,
right
it
there.
does look fun.
Did you we were able to what's it called? I decided why not go to the vents to see how powerful the beam was, and I said, okay, I'll be nail gun duty because if you hit an enemy with a nail gun, it'll keep them in place. So I shot a few at the big Goliath, impossible to kill spider. We
Mhm.
melted that spider in
Yes.
like 2 seconds.
The
I was
Godzilla
like,
breath destroys that spider. The one in the
Mhm.
vents.
Dang it.
Yeah. We went through all the vents and destroyed all of them. It was satisfying.
That was
That's
worth it.
crazy.
Dude, for the vents, we just were using the toy tank, going in one at a time.
Yeah, that's what Witzler was saying. You could use the tank, and I was like, "What? That's crazy."
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a couple
Oh,
different
yeah, the little
options.
Darcy tank.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but it works.
Worth it. That's pretty cool that there's like different ways to go about each like challenge too. It's really cool.
Mhm.
The second thing that Bajerwin said was no mini map for the spaceship. She said she got lost very easily. She'd like to see a mini map or a map to compare what we are missing. And then the third item she said was issues with the item menu. It's exactly what Meat said. And setting it on my wheel, possibly another bug issue. I think Venti also said that right. You said it too,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, like equipping some of the items. But yeah, again, it's early access, so it's kind of hard to say. Hopefully over time they'll address it and fix it, but it is what it is, and that's okay. But yeah, that concludes this short episode of Video Game Book Club. Be sure to check out
score?
part 1. Nope, no score. Be sure to check out part 1 of this video series to see the rest of the VGBC First Impressions. I'll be posting it on YouTube pretty shortly here. Thank you for tuning in. And if you'd like to join the Video Game Book Club Discord and play and discuss video games alongside us in the community, the link will be in the description box below. With that said, take care, have a good one, and we will catch you in the next episode of Video Game Book Club. Say goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.